Hey, it is Aliki here, and in this video I want to share with you one of the most amazing places in Brazil, Florianopolis. The island is actually called Santa Catarina, and Florianopolis is the main big city on the island, but tourists and locals are referring to the whole island as Florianopolis or just Floripa. So why do I think Floripa is like one of the best places in Brazil is because it literally has it all. It has beautiful white sand beaches, it has lakes, you can surf there. There's loads of hiking trails, there's amazing food, absolutely wonderful people. So like just the whole vibe is incredible. And I think also very important, it is extremely safe. So I think what makes Floripa special are the lakes and the fact that you have these beautiful lakes and then just like on the other side you have white sand beaches. So in one day you can go like kayaking on the lake and then just like have a swim on a white sand beach or surf, and then you have these beautiful hills around where there are so many hiking trails. So really for people who like to be out by the nature, it's just a fantastic island. And not just the nature, the fact that Florianopolis is such a big, beautiful, amazing city that has like hospitals and theaters and entertainment and events. Like sometimes I feel like there are amazing places, but they are too remote. They are literally just the beach or just the mountains. But in Florianopolis, you have it all literally within a 20 minutes to an hour drive away from each other. So although this is the biggest and most popular lake in Florianopolis, my favorite one is Perry Lake. So if you feel confident, you can do it on your own, but I did it with a group and it was such a wonderful trip. Like at the beginning, you just kayak on the lake and you enjoy the beautiful surroundings, and then you start to take your way down to this narrow path to this little secret waterfall. So you will be going through this like Amazon type of an environment, which was really cool. Then you will have to get off your kayak or paddleboard, and then you make your way to this little oasis where there are little cute waterfalls and just a place where to swim and chill. And the whole trip, the little adventure is just absolutely fantastic. And then of course you have to get back, so you're like enjoying the lake, but again you can simply just rent kayak yourself or paddleboard and just like enjoy the lake without even going to the waterfall. So I just really like the atmosphere around it. But of course you can also rent kayaks and paddleboards and go kite surfing on the other lake. Around the other lake you have some wonderful cafes there, and it's also a really good option to enjoy a day on the lake. Also, what the other lake area offers is some dunes, and you can even try sandboarding there. Now, I think the main reason why a lot of people go there, and not just tourists like from other countries, like I feel like there was a lot of local Brazilian tourists. The people why they come to this island are the beaches. So I'm not gonna go in a detail of like every specific beach, but I will leave you a list of my favorite beaches in Florianopolis. But to be fair, the reason why I'm not just gonna comment on them all, because literally they all are amazing. The ones that you have here, and also just in general, if you look up beaches in Florianopolis, they all are white sand. They have beautiful surroundings. Most of them have like little beach bars where you can like rent chairs and go for a lunch. And honestly, all the beaches I've been to in Florianopolis have been amazing, but these are my favorite ones. Another great thing about beaches in Floripa are that they are perfect for surfing. Like most of the time, you get consistent, strong waves in most of the beaches. Of course, there are a few that are a bit better. There are two beaches that are really good for surfing. I'm gonna drop them here. And then also for kite surfing, like Campeche Beach especially, is, of course, kite surfing is a bit harder. You do need to get the good winds, and not always you have them, but I think compared to a lot of other places, it is quite consistent. Like you still can get a good kite surfing days like every week. For surfing, if I do have to highlight one beach, it's Joaquina Beach, because it does have like the most consistent waves. I think Campeche sometimes gives like bigger and stronger waves if you want to like challenge yourself, but like the most safest option to go surfing will be the Joaquina Beach. And also like they even do some surfing competitions there. So Campeche Beach, I really love it because it's just such a long beach. And I want to mention that officially, if you look on the map, there will be like loads of little beaches, I guess because you kind of have to divide them. But in reality, it's just like a one long Campeche Beach. And from Campeche Beach, you can see the Campeche Island, and you literally can take a boat ride there. It's 20 minutes. The stop is, if you're gonna enter Campeche Beach through the main entrance, it's gonna be on the right. There are boats every day. You can literally just take a 20-minute boat ride to the Campeche Island and spend the day there. So, and apart from beautiful lakes and amazing beaches, Floripa also has a great city, which is, especially if you're staying long term, it has, everything you might need. Really, you don't need to leave the island for anything. So yes, when in Floripa, I definitely recommend visiting the city, seeing the city vibe, because of course you have the historic downtown with some significant historic sites, and then you have this big modern avenue with high-rise buildings and just like a really cool promenade where people go for a walk. There's some outside gyms. It's just a great atmosphere. So in the downtown, you have to visit the main square, and there you will also find the cathedral, and then you have this like pedestrian walking street with shops and cafes, and literally literally like within everything is within a 1 minute walk. And you will also find the local market, which just, it doesn't just offer like fresh fruit and veg and fish, of course, where also there is like cafes, so it's like a really vibrant, cool place to be. A must see, I think, and more importantly, like must do, is the Hercilio Luz Bridge, and I definitely recommend crossing it. First of all, it's just a cool experience. You're gonna get beautiful views of Floripa, and yeah, again, it's just for pedestrians, so it's like a really cool thing to do in Floripa. And for like the evening part, to see the bridge in a bit different light, I recommend Noma Sushi. They have a great outdoor terrace where you can enjoy lovely food and just enjoy really great views of the bridge. Another great viewpoint in the city is Morro de Cruz. So to get there, actually, I definitely recommend taking a taxi because the weather in general and on the island is quite humid, so the hike is quite long and could be quite tough. But also there is a one tiny part where you have to go through favela to get to it. So I don't recommend walking alone there through it, but once you are up there, it's absolutely fine, perfectly safe. There is local tourists, just locals enjoying, the place, and lots of tourists. There are always people. So once you're up there, absolutely nothing to worry about, and you can just enjoy the beautiful views of this island. Now, if you are after some history, I definitely recommend visiting this little cute town, Santo Antonio de Lisboa. It is one of the oldest towns on this island, historically, of course, because of the port, and it also has maintained that historical vibe of the cobblestone streets and colonial style buildings. So this town really takes you a bit back in time, but for me personally, what really attracted me to go there were the oysters. So this specific town is famous for their oyster farming. So the town itself is quite small, and there is this main beach where literally all beach is just restaurants, and you're gonna sit in the restaurant and you can like see in a distance the oyster farms. So literally the oysters that you are having has been like fished super fresh there, and honestly it was the best oysters I've ever had. The level of freshness was just incredible. So yeah, I think if you do like oysters or you've never had them and want to try, that is literally the best place because you're gonna have like the best oysters you ever had. And yeah, the restaurants there are lovely. Most of them are quite well rated. I went to this one and I did really enjoy it because they did offer, like, the first time I went there, I had like a mix of different oysters, also cooked with cheese and stuff. And of course, because I liked it so much, I went back there another time and I just had like my favorite, my selection of my favorite oysters. But yeah, I think it's really good because then you can try different versions. And for a full history experience, if you really want to see it all and experience it all, I definitely recommend this fortress in Jurere area. So historically, it was part of this important triangle for defense. For a long time, it was actually abandoned, and then now in the latest years, they renovated it. They've made it really nice. So you just wander around there and kind of like just really like take yourself back in time. Of course, if you know me and you've been following my vlogs and videos, you know that I can't do a trip without like a crazy hike. So of course, I had to do one in Floripa as well. Floripa in general offers fantastic hiking trails. There are so many, but the main one is this one, and it offers a fantastic viewpoint. So if you do decide to do the whole trail, it starts in this little town and it ends in Matadero Beach, and the total distance is 10 kilometers. So of course, I thought, great, 10K hike, lovely. Just it's like it's gonna take you 3 times longer because there are so many obstacles in the way. It's literally loads of rocks, you're going through the jungle, like literally every kilometer is like takes 2 times longer than just like a normal hike. So first you go through a jungle, then you finally make it to the beautiful viewpoint, which is absolutely incredible, just a cool chill spot, absolutely fantastic. Now we took a bit of like a more dangerous route. We went like a shortcut down to the beach, but obviously you can do a longer way back to the beach. And then you walk on the beach, which is lovely. You can also take some rest there. And then you have like the second part of the hike, which we thought is gonna be chill and nice, but you're literally on the edge of a cliff, the coast. So this is the trail, and then we have this massive broken. Then you just slide in. So this is the kind of trail this is. One wrong step, and like honestly, like, but at that point we were like so far in that like we couldn't turn back. Like we knew that we've done like, I don't know, 3/4 of the hike, and we literally needed to like go through that last part. But that last part was like, honestly, I was a bit scared. I was walking so careful, and then also we saw like tarantulas and snake. So I was like honestly, it was meant to be a chill, nice hike, and the last bit was just so intense. And then once you pass like the dangerous part, then you still have a bit of you need to go through a jungle again, and then you make it to the wonderful Matadero Beach. So yeah, the whole hike, it just ended up being way longer. We were exhausted, I was stressed, but of course it was such an adventure. I loved it. I mean, it was super hard. I was exhausted, but it was really cool adventure. It was a fantastic hike, one of my favorite ones, one of my hardest ones, but also one of my favorite ones. But I think if you just kind of want to get a glimpse of it, you don't have to do the whole hike. You can always just do the first half where you have the beautiful viewpoint, go to the beach, and then you actually can get a boat from the beach to, you know, whichever side you need to go. So yeah, there are loads of little details of how to find the viewpoint, and like the different parts and different, you know, parts of the trail, and also things you should know. So I put together like a very comprehensive guide of this specific hike. It goes in a detail of everything. So if you are planning to do this hike, I'm gonna link I'm gonna put a link to the article in the description. The same goes for the best places where to stay, because I think it's really important if you want to be by the beach, if you want to surf, if you want to be more closer to the city. There are different places that also people recommend to stay at, and I actually don't know why they recommend it. Like, I genuinely don't understand. So I also have put together a guide where I comment on all the places that have been kind of mentioned as a good places where to stay, my reasonings why I don't think it's a good place where, like, to stay there. Also, I've shared my favorites where I think it's like the absolute perfection from the convenience point of view. You know, if you want more beaches, if you want more city. So I've put that guide together. Again, it goes in a detail of everything. If you are planning a trip to Florianopolis, I think it will be very, very useful for you. So I'm gonna link that too. We went there in December 2024. Absolutely loved it. Went back for the end of February, when is the carnival time in Brazil, and it was just like so much fun. It was truly experience of a lifetime. I think Brazil and carnival time is just such a special time everywhere. I mean, obviously Rio hosts like the biggest main carnival, but literally every single town, city, island also celebrates it, also have wonderful carnivals. And I actually really wanted to experience the carnival in Brazil, but I always was a bit worried about Rio because I've seen the videos, and I think it's just like really, really crazy and wild, and a lot of people, and I was like, I want to experience it, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna actually enjoy it because it's like so much people. So going to Florianopolis for their carnival was the perfection, because it was still so much fun, so impressive, but like we didn't get those crazy crowds, those, you know, full cities where like can't even like walk anywhere. Like it was like the perfect combination for me to enjoy the carnival but like avoid the whole chaos around it. So for me, the most important thing is that I wanted to see parade. I wanted to be by the parade. I wanted to be there, and because of that, for the first night, we actually booked this like place. It was obviously a bit more expensive, the ticket, but we had like this dedicated space next, like literally at the parade, so we could perfectly see everything. And it also included some drinks and some food, so it was just like a really, really cool, fun party. Like the opening night was just fantastic. And then for the second night, I kind of actually wanted to be more in the buzz of everything, so we literally just bought the cheapest general tickets on the spot, actually, because we couldn't buy them online. So we bought it like on the street from a guy that we're not really sure these tickets are legit, but we went with it. I think it was just like 10 euros anyway, like $10. And yeah, it was legit. The tickets were legit. We got in. It was very spontaneous night, and we got in, and then we just literally enjoyed the parade from like the general seats, where everyone was. So yeah, I think if anyone's asking me what's the best time to go to Floripa, I would say February for the carnival, just so you can enjoy it, because it's only like a week, obviously the weekend, the one main weekend. So I wouldn't really say that actually gets that busy. You can still like be on the beaches, and it seems like a completely normal day. It's not like all the town is going crazy. If you want to experience the heart of the carnival, you have to go to the main parade place. And of course, apart from the carnival, there are also loads of little parties in the city center, in the towns all over. And Jurerê is known for like a really good clubs. And I mean, I don't go clubbing anymore or partying, but I saw that my favorite DJ, Francis Mercier, is playing there live, and I was just like, I can't believe this. I was super happy. So obviously got the tickets, went there to see him live. Honestly, one of the best nights of my life. It was so amazing to see him live. So yeah, I mean, what I want to try to say is that Carnival in Brazil also attracts loads of famous DJs, are like really cool parties and events all over the island. So even if you stay like far away from the parade, there might be some like really cool events happening in your town. So yeah, best time to visit February for the carnival, and then you also obviously are gonna enjoy a fantastic time on the beach, because that is so like January, February, March is Brazilian summer, and I think it is the best time to visit Floripa, because Brazilian summer can get quite hot, especially like in the big cities like Sao Paulo and Rio, but Floripa kind of like has its own little climate. It's a bit rougher, it's a bit more windier. The locals were telling us that it does rain a bit more than other places, so I feel like going there during Brazilian summer is the best time. So with this island being the perfect Brazilian island, at least in my opinion, I think it's fantastic. It does come with a bit of a price tag. Like I've been to Sao Paulo, I've been to Rio, and I feel like just comparing to other big popular destinations, Florianopolis is a little bit tiny more expensive than the rest of the places I've been to Brazil. Said that, I am a true believer of you get what you pay for, and in Floripa you get it all. You get it all. You have it all. You have white sand beaches, city, so many things to do, and it's safe. So I think you can have the best time in Brazil, in Florianopolis, for a holiday or for like a long-term, remote working kind of location. So I think that the price that you're paying is so worth it. Even if you have to pay a little bit more, like trust me, you're just gonna enjoy the island so much. When planning a trip to Brazil, I know that for a lot of people, especially just going on a holiday, it is safety is a concern, but really Florianopolis is like a totally different world. It's like an island on its own. It's really safe. In total I spent 2 months there, and I never ever felt unsafe, or I didn't even think if I should be going alone or in a late hours, like ever, never. Like it's extremely safe, especially by the beaches, of course, in the city center, like in any city center. That would be maybe the only place I would highlight, but overall, really, Floripa is really safe. Even on the beaches, like when I travel South America, I would never leave my things behind. And I'm just in general cautious traveler. I would never leave like my phone on the beach behind in the bag, but like just my stuff, like towel and beach stuff, like I didn't even think twice. Everyone just leave their things on the beach. You just go swim, you come out, like it's honestly, it's like safer than some places in Europe. Well, I really hope I share with you everything I wanted to share. I wanted to share the good energy I got from Floripa. I'm sending it to you, and I do highly, highly, highly recommend Floripa as your next travel destination in Brazil. If you are in Brazil, please stop in Floripa. You're not gonna regret it. If you have any more questions, please comment them below. You know, I answer all the comments. I'm also, as I said, I'm gonna be linking some blog articles in the description. If you are planning a trip, those will be really, really helpful articles for you. And as I've said, I've been to a few places in Brazil, like Iguazu Falls, Rio, Sao Paulo. So if you are planning a trip around Brazil, want to get some ideas, some tips, then I have a whole Brazil video kind of like playlist on my channel. So make sure to check out my channel and check out the Brazil playlist.